Well, it might be the start of a new work week for myself with day one just gone, but it has been a very interesting and exciting past couple of days. I was at the Rangers Braga game once again on Thursday night. We did manage to put Braga out of the Europa League and we've qualified for the semi final for the first time in the tournament since 2008. So another just memorable night at Ibrox. We won 3-1 in the night and 3-2 in aggregate to now face Leipzig, the German. I think they're fourth in the Bundesliga, but we face them in the semi final now, and I certainly hope to be at Ibrox once again on the 5th of May. That is the second of the two legs, and could we reach the final? I think it's anybody's final now. Like of course you've got Frankfurt, West Ham, and Rangers, Leipzig. Really anybody I think now could win that tournament. Quite a shock, of course. Frankfurt putting Barcelona out of the competition as well. So yeah, like I say, it's wide open. Drop your comments below if you have a team that's still in Europe, whether it be the Champions League or whether it be the Europa League. I'd be curious to see what your thoughts are and what your thoughts are of Glasgow Rangers as well. I think they've really put themselves in the map actually with this. Of course, the famous putting out of Borussia Dortmund, I think, really kind of got Europe's attention in a sense, and will continue to roll forward with one game separating, well, one tie, of course. You know, Leipzig. We're only a game away, really, or two games away from the final. So, pretty amazing, pretty exciting stuff, of course. Back in the truck, like I say, for another week. Down to England tomorrow, so another busy week, I think, ahead of me. And it's going to be an interesting week of weather, by the way, because this is the GFS. This is the GFS. This is the 850 millibar temperature profile here. Milder in place at the moment. We are going to slowly see that getting etched away over the next 24, 36 hours as a frontal system associated with low pressure moves in. Do think that we have had less showers and a slower approach of that weather system through this Easter weekend. So I think the Easter weekend, generally speaking, has been better than I first thought. I thought we would have seen a breakdown quicker and also more shower activity across the British Isles as well, with a slightly cooler air at 850 millibars, but that has not materialised. And so yeah, it's been pretty decent. 23 degrees, I think, at St James's Park in central London was achieved yesterday. So warmest day of the year, of course, so far. I think that is going to be the warmest temperature, really, for possibly the foreseeable future. Actually, might not see another temperature close to that even until May. And the reason why is because we've got some interesting things taking place here. By the way, we're going to see, like I say, that mild air getting etched away, but the frontal system eventually moves through from the west, moves into the UK, and then it's keeping an eye on this air mass here over Central Europe. Now we've got a developing area of high pressure up over Scandinavia, and while we've not got anything too terribly cold, there is some interesting things showing up here of that air over Europe, back and westwards here, and eventually moving into the UK. So as I play through the loop, and then you notice here this discharge of very cold air for the time of the year, moving into Scandinavia, and actually with high pressure centered between Greenland and Scandinavia, acts as a wheel and actually transports that very cold air westwards into the UK. If only it was February or March or January, wouldn't it? That it's so frustrating, isn't it? Especially here in the UK, we get a crummy winter and then we get a crummy spring where we get the type of weather that you would want to see in the middle of winter now taking hold at this time of the year. And this is all residual effects of that strat warming, I think, taking place during the month of March. So you can see the chilly air moving in. Nothing particularly cold, but it keeps the temperature at bay. And then watch this. As we go towards the very end of the month, we've got a push of very cold air getting driven south, maybe slightly to the east of the UK, but certainly chilly nonetheless. If we look at the ECMWF, it's hinting at something very similar, where we've got, of course, the build-up of high pressure further north. First of all, the chilly air comes in from the west, keeping an eye on the cold air over the continent. That eventually kind of moves westwards across the continent underneath the area of high pressure. And then, similar to the GFS, we've got this discharge of bitterly cold air at the very end of the loop. It actually, the model ends at day 10 anyway, so we only get it out as far as the 25th of the month. But at the very end of that loop, it actually shows cold air coming southwards towards the UK, so it's very interesting indeed. The Arctic Oscillation, by the way, is set to go, while it's climbing into positive at the moment, it's set to go quite deeply negative, actually, if you notice in the latest GFS run. And even the NAO, it's now starting to hint at, while it crests at, over 1 percentile above average, it actually drops back below the neutral line here. So negative Arctic Oscillation, negative North Atlantic Oscillation, it's not a particularly great picture for the end of April. So we revert back to a chillier theme towards the final 10 days of April. And this is kind of something that I've been alluding to for a little while here overall. So certainly an interesting pattern. There's no question about that. And I will, of course, endeavour to keep you up to date as best I can with the developments of this pattern as we go forward here. And we continue to look at the month of March, May, should I say, and even into the summer season. We'll have a look and see if that stratospheric warming during the month of March even has lasting effects into the actual heart of the summer season. That's going to be something worth keeping an eye on as we go forward. But keep it right here on the channel. Thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying your Easter weekend. Don't feel too sorry for me if you're sitting relaxed with a meal and a glass of wine this evening and thinking, I don't have any work until Tuesday or Wednesday. Unfortunately, I have to work through it, but that is just the way the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid. But enjoy yourselves and stay safe, and I'll be back again hopefully tomorrow with more.